Now that we've seen that you have different routes through which you can start real estate, I will now be answering Mr. Pascal's question that says he wants to start as a developer. What does he need to do? So Mr. Pascal, if you want to start as a developer, first things first, you need to get a registered company. So if you want to start as a developer, first things first, you must start by having your company. You must start by clearly knowing that, okay, this is the company you want to send out to the world out there. This is how you want to be known. So first things first, you should get a registered company. If you've gotten a registered company, determine as a developer what exactly do you want to do. Do you want to focus on site and services? Do you want to focus on site and services? Do you want to go into commercial real estate development? Do you want to go into residential real estate development or industrial real estate development? Determine exactly what form of real estate you want to go into. So if you have registered your company, the next thing, very important, you need to register with REDAN. Yes, Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria or so it's an association that helps regulate some of the activities of real estate developers in Nigeria. So you need to register to be a member. Then the next thing I will advise you do is to get your SCOMOL certificate. So SCOMOL is an arm of the government that regulates money laundering. So it helps like confirm that your transactions are not money laundering transactions. So it's important you get the SCOMOL certificate. Once you've gotten your SCOMOL certificate, now for the property you want to develop, you have options. Or you're going to be buying outrightly, or you're going to be buying on a payment plan. So what I mean by if you're going to be doing a joint venture, by joint venture I mean, okay, you might have the money, you might not have the money to outrightly purchase a land. Instead of waiting until you get the money, you can decide to partner with a developer that already has a land. The kind of partnership will be that, okay, this developer is bringing the land, you are bringing the money to develop that particular land. At the end of the day, both of you are going to share. Either one party will take 50% of the developed property and the other person takes 50% of the developed property, or whatever agreement you guys are able to agree on. So first, you've been able to identify if it's joint venture. On outright purchases mean you've seen the land, okay, this land is 1 billion naira. You've paid for that 1 billion naira land. Or if you're going into a payment plan, okay, this land is 1 billion naira, but I will need 6 months to pay. I will be paying 1.2 billion naira. You need to create an enticer of why that person will be willing to give you a land to pay for 6 months instead of outright. So guys, you've gotten a source of land. Now, even before getting your land, there is a very important aspect of real estate that you need to put in place. That those aspects are not being properly put in place, chances are high that your real estate firm will not go very far. And some of those firms are going to include having a firm legal structure. If you have a firm legal structure, it's going to save you a lot of headaches in the future. My brother and friend, I don't think he's here, he was narrating how much difficulty he had when he started. He started with a young lawyer that had no experience. So if he had okay, Ryan is asking topic, okay, it's a real estate question and answer session. It's a place where we answer every question people have regarding real estate. So if you have any question on real estate as we were saying, so you need to put some very important structures in place. Number one structure you need to put in place is your legal structure. Please don't joke with that. Don't try to cut corners with your legal structure, because if you do that, you're going to end up in a very big mess. I remembered when we started our journey in Citybets group, lawyer I thought was good enough for us to use. I did not realize that. How long have you been in real estate business? Ryan, I've been in real estate business for almost a decade now, probably 7 years to be specific. Yes. So the lawyer we were using then, I did not realize he was a charge and bail lawyer. And one funny thing about using those charge and bail lawyers is that they are not detailed. They don't pay attention to details. Some details can be, what's the name? Some lawyers can be charge and bail lawyer, and what they are just after is how to quickly prepare your document. And those documents are not being prepared by them. They are adopting those documents. Sometimes, even if those documents are detrimental to you, the property owner, you're going to realize that they did not even notice that. They just changed one or two things and presented it to you. So when I began sensing a foul play is when I realized that if he brings in a document, I will realize that no, the type of document I personally prefer is a document that protects both the buyer and the seller. So now, in a situation where I am the seller, I want the document to protect both parties. So I'll realize that, okay, this guy is bringing a document. If I go through the document as my lawyer now, I can't see any place where this guy is protecting me. In fact, that document he adopted is mostly a buyer's document that only protects the buyer but does not protect the seller. This is somebody you said is actually your lawyer. He does not even know what he's preparing to give you, how detrimental this thing can be for you tomorrow. If anything comes up, they will say, okay, you prepared this document, your lawyer prepared this document, so for so reason you have to face such penalties. So when I realized that, I knew there was a foul play. And some of those charge and bail lawyers, they can be very effective in terms of fast churning out of document, but the reality is that they can also be fast in. So guys, I think we have so many questions at hand today. So for this reason, we might not be as detailed as we used to be on our live session. I will start rushing through the questions as fast as possible. So from your legal structure, get a good and firm marketing structure. If you've gotten a good and firm marketing structure, get a good accounting structure. If you have gotten a good accounting structure, is also very important with the way technology is going to have an effective ERP platform. ERP is Enterprise Resource Planner. What it does is that it helps you to streamline all your activities, from the site works to the office works to the accounting to auditing, all on one software. And that software can easily provide you with a summary of everything that is happening in your organization within the last 1 month, 2 months, 1 week, and so on. You're going to be able to forecast how much revenue you will be expecting in the next 1 to 3 months, how much you generated in the last few months. It's just the ERP saves you a lot of hard work and helps you make sounder decisions. If you have gotten all your structures correctly, please, your accounting should not be joked with. Your accounting structure should not be joked with, because one thing about real estate is that it's a business where there is high inflow of cash, and if you're not careful, if you don't understand your finances very well, you can be eating your project money thinking it's profit you're eating. I gave you an example the other day that if you're embarking on a developmental project of 1 billion naira, that your envisioned profit is 200 million naira. It does not mean that if you sell your first 1-2 units, you can start taking from that money because you are anticipating a 200 billion naira profit. You really cannot touch that money, because touching that money will invariably mean that you have started killing that project, because such projects should happen extremely fast. The faster you're able to achieve a project, the better it is for you, especially in places like Nigeria and other West African countries where the currencies are very, very unstable. So the faster you're able to achieve a project, the better it is for you. So if you begin to take out your own envisioned profit at the beginning of the project, I assure you, you might end up not being able to even deliver that project for 1.2 billion, because what will now set in is that inflation will kick in, and that project you're supposed to use 1 billion to complete is now going to be costing about 1.3 billion because inflation has kicked in. So guys, you should have a good structure that helps you understand that the faster you're able to achieve any project, the better it is for you. The more a project stretches, the more money you're going to spend. The chances that your initial bill of quantity will not finish the project, the chances that you're going to go back to your buyers to add you money is extremely high, and it's not ideal. It's not what you want to do, because that comes with a lot of problems.